What's good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Muff. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, as that is greatly appreciated. But today, I'm going to hit y'all with my thoughts on this new project from Cam entitled The Lost Files, Volume 1. Killa Cam, Camron Giles. He's a Harlem legend, rap icon, record exec, trendsetter, and now we can officially add successful sportscaster to the list of accolades. Yes, both Cam and Mace have recently signed an 8-figure deal for their show. It is what it is, so they have big things popping on the sports front. Now, in May of this year, Killa Cam had dropped You Wasn't There, a collaborative project with the producer A-Track that contained a collection of songs that were both old and new, some of them dating back to the mid-2010s. And now he's pretty much doing a similar thing by releasing this new project, The Lost Files Volume 1. And from my understanding, it contains songs that Cam had either recorded more recently, as well as ones that he had kept in the vault for the last 5 years or so. So they are not all new songs. It contains just 8 tracks lasting approximately 25 minutes. But with that being said, let me go ahead and just hit y'all with this track-by-track breakdown. The opener, Run It Up, does have this aggressive, epic sounding sample that feels like it could have been from that Killa season era. That was just the vibes it was giving me. As a result, it does come across as a bit dated, but because Cam's flow was intact and I do like the energy, it's a solid opener. And you can tell that it was recorded more recently, as Cam talks about wanting 8 figures for the show. He also brags about having to stop his young boys from robbing DJ Khaled. He adds Cam did, like God did. Yeah, as a whole, decent opener where Cam does sound rejuvenated. And it just might inspire you to want to go out there and run it up and, you know, get yourself a bag. Track 2, Go and Get It, has this bouncy but generic club sounding instrumental that, I'm not gonna lie, the beat is catchy in a weird way, but it's also a trash beat at the same time. Like, I feel an artist of Cam's stature should be able to acquire a better beat than this. Still, some may like it because it's up-tempo, fun, and Cam is getting to the money, but the beat is just a little cringy in my opinion. The following song, Critics, it finds Cam sticking to that tried and true soulful formula. And while these soul chops are not heat makers quality, they are still decent and do scream vintage Cam. The soulful hook does as well. But on this one, he is giving the middle finger to the writers, the critics, and the cops. He also talks about how far he came surviving the Harlem era of Preacher, David Dinkins, Ronald Reagan, basically, you know, crack-filled 80s NYC. I did find the following line kind of amusing. I didn't even graduate. They ain't understand me. I was like my hoes though. I stayed with a plan B. All in all, it is a solid, soulful Camron song that is gonna give you some nostalgia. Next is Get Mine Regardless, a hustling anthem set to some crisp mid-tempo drums that does have that chill head nodding quality. It's a little rugged but also smooth. And Killa Cam is talking more in depth about surviving that concrete jungle of Harlem, New York. His first verse has some dope and vivid bars like, "What you know about loan sharks and gunners? Every day your mother playing the numbers where the robbers say hi to you before they say goodbye to you. I'm not trying to lie to you, only trying to describe the view where they kill you and say no one was as live as you. Get it? The one who's not alive is you." Clever but deep. Right after is Top of the Pyramids with Styles P. And it's an aggressive New York anthem, but it has that 2010 era mixtape quality, almost like something that you could have found on a Locks mixtape. It doesn't sound bad, but again, a little dated. Although I can appreciate their energy and how they are repping strong for NYC. Cam does come through with some witty coke bars like, "Wrist still whip it straight. Kim, she the tester done. I let her lick the plate. That's what I call dinner date. The rest go on the interstate." And the following line was amusing too. Where do the paper end? Never. Get my pink hat. I make it great again. Track 6, Blow My High, is the sort of fun, playful kind of record that we are accustomed to getting from Cam on basically every project. And this has a wavy, feel-good, funky sample. It does have a B-side unreleased quality to it, but for some reason I ended up enjoying it. The second to last song is Shakin', where Cam is reunited with the Heatmakers, who of course supplied him with some of their uplifting signature soul chops that also scream vintage Camron. On this record, he is reflecting back quite a bit, talking about how his pops left the family for some angel dust and how his aunt used to try to beat his ass, but he would get away as a kid. Yeah, all of these hardships are pretty much said in a comedic way, you know, that Cam is known for. So at the end of the day, I have no complaints with this track. Then this project wraps up with the single from a couple months back, It's Only Money, which I think was a promo for Cam and Mace's show. Here, Cam is giving us some boastful get money bars over a horn-fueled trap beat. And Cam brags, y'all still breathing, look at me, I'm still the reason. How much I got? Let's say I ain't spent no money from Killa season. So overall, I'm gonna give this project a rating of a strong 3 mics. I suppose I could bump it up to a 3.5, but it's more likely a strong 3 for me. If you are a Cam fan, then I would recommend that you check it out. But it does play out like most unreleased projects tend to do, in that there are some good songs while there are others that, you know, he could have kept in the vault. But I am confident that one could find some songs to add to a Camron playlist. And I do understand that Cam is more focused on his show these days, but I think a lot of fans would like it if he would actually put out a full project with brand new material. My favorite tracks include Critics, Get Mine Regardless, Shakin', and It's Only Money. But let me know what you thought about this project in the comment section. It's your boy Mixtape Muff. I'm signing out. But as always, it's peace and blessings. Camron, The Lost Files, Volume 1.